Are you the smiling afro?
Yes,
I'm such a huge fan.
Oh my gosh, it's great!
Do you know me? I'm Park.
Like, Bishan Park or?
No, Park the dinosaur.
Nice! Never heard before.
Anyways, is this real? Park in the park, let's go! Lizard!
没有啦。
So do you scroll on Instagram after you done yesterday?
Sadly, I didn't really get the chance to scroll on Instagram yesterday because I immediately crashed on my bed. But I took some time this morning to reply to some of my friends, who started asking me why I started my account. I went out of my way to follow some of my close friends and they got very surprised by the request and immediately texted me back. One of my friends asked me if the world was ending because I created an account. Okay.
Do you know who you're meeting?
Yes, I'll be meeting the smiling afro later on today.
Have you followed him?
Right now, I don't have data. I don't have data. I need a hotspot.
Hello, can we eat already?
Hey, sorry. Just let me take one more photo.
Why are you taking so long?
I'm just trying to mimic how the creators do it online. It doesn't look like the photos that they post.
Why do you care about what they... Show me your photos. That's okay, what? Do you like it?
Yeah, I mean,
Does it feel like you?
yeah.
Then take it lah, then post it. You know, social media is not just about following other people, okay? It's about what you want to be, your authentic self. Okay? So let's eat lah.
Okay, let's begin.
Influencers.
How did you start on your content creation journey?
My background is in filmmaking and acting. But at the same time, since I've been making short videos throughout my life, randomly, I decided that it's time for me to create a channel on YouTube and also Facebook where I can finally showcase my own content just for fun. It's like a hobby. It's what I love doing.
What do you think about the social media landscape, especially in Singapore nowadays?
I think we have a lot of artists in Singapore. And as a Singaporean, I'm happy because I get to see my fellow Singaporeans whether doing well or sharing something or showcasing their businesses for me to go and support. For me, social media has always been a platform for me to learn and be in the know. You know, I mean, see Facebook for example, it started with the whole idea of keeping in touch with your friends. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
But with everything in life, right, people can use it for, of course,
Yeah.
unfortunate things.
Where do you draw the line between what goes out to the public and what is for you, yourself, your private life that you will not share?
I mean, before I became so-called a full-on content creator, my profile was just all about my personal life, right? But then when I did more content creation, I actually integrated both together, like my comedy stuff and also my personal stuff. But now I've decided to curate my personal postings more. Like there's certain things that I won't post, but everything I post is still authentically me.
Do you find harsh comments online criticizing you or your work very personal? Do you take them very personally?
I actually told myself, okay, my content, my face is going to be out online forever, and I'm going to be receiving definitely criticisms or comments, right? And in fact, if you're being criticized, it means you must be doing something that you making people jealous, or you're getting. That means you're being noticed and getting out there. That's all I can say. If you don't receive any comments, maybe you start wondering, is anybody actually watching my content or not? Huh?
That's true.
But hey, if you get some comments, congratulations, you have some viewers. So I haven't really encountered cyberbullying to myself or any friends, but I've read a lot about cyberbullying and people who get it, and it really affects them. And I know that social media apps now, they're trying their best to detect very bad comments. And I know those are flagged by Instagram or Facebook or whatever platform because it's hate speech or bullying or something.
Where do you think the responsibility really lies when it comes to the safe consumption of social media?
The guardians and parents have to be responsible. Yeah, because as a young kid, what do we know when we're young, right? Whatever
Yeah.
we can take, we take, right?
Mm.
Yeah. As a parent, you should have access and control. For example, like the time or the content, or setting it to like child mode or whatever to prevent the child from seeing certain content, or limiting their, viewership.
Moving on to a more personal note, right? I understand that you have brought in your aunt previously
Yeah.
into your social media posts.
Mm-hmm.
So, with the passing of your aunt, how have you processed that, and how have you managed to grieve publicly on social media?
Right. I mean, it was during COVID, and I pranked my aunt into a video, and it blew up, and then everyone actually really enjoyed my aunt appearing in my content. And at first, my aunt was not very keen, but after she also saw the comments, and all her friends were like, "Hey, oh, so cool! You are so daring and so sporting." And she was like, "Yeah, of course, of course." In the end, she was the one asking me, "Hey, when's our next video?" Right? So when she passed, of course, I did post and share, and it was very comforting to know that, my content has not just entertained, but help people connect with me and my aunt and my life in general. And once in a while, I do post like throwbacks, and I think everyone likes it just to remember and see my aunt in action again. Yeah.
I think you will also really cherish the content that you have created with your aunt, or she will say also. Do you have any advice for maybe young creators that are still trying to find their voice in this very loud and noisy world of
Right.
social media?
I think you need to decide, right? What are you chasing? Chasing the views, chasing the audience, chasing the followers, or wanting to be yourself? Because I don't think you can have all at one time. The audience will come, the views will come, if it's meant to be.
Yeah, I think that's also a very healthy mindset to have. To not be so focused or drawn to the numbers or the responses. It's
But if
just-
you are, then you can be like Mr. Beast, right? He just wants the numbers. He just wants numbers, he wants the views, which is fine. But you might lose yourself along the way, right? And are you okay with that?
I think it surprised me a little, because I do still have a little bit of a preconceived notions of content creators, and a little bit of judgment towards them, that I think that they might be a little bit narcissistic, because their whole what they do is publicizing or posting about themselves online. But after meeting the Smiling Afro, I realized that that's not true, and that was like a wrong preconceived notion that I had. I was always worried that what is left online, like what's online, stays forever online. That's the digital footprint that you can never truly erase. So I was always quite worried about that. But he has made me realize that one shouldn't really feel shame about that, because in the end, if you are just being yourself online in social media, you shouldn't have to necessarily be ashamed of who you are.
How do you feel about it?
I think I'll just see what happens daily and just go from there, or just post about what I've been up to.